Hi peeps. Today we're going to learn how to make something. Guess what it's going to be? Yeah, some sort of shaker. The kind of shaker is up to you. You have tons of creative choices. Doesn't a shaker seem like the simplest, most boring instrument ever? Wrong again! First of all, the first creative choice you have to make is the material that the shaker, the outside vessel, is made of. This little shaker egg that you've been playing with me since you were in kindergarten. It's just a little plastic egg. And actually, if you have a plastic egg left over from Easter, that's a great thing to use to make a shaker of. Make several so you can have one in each hand. It would be awesome. But it's just plastic. And inside this little egg, most of the little eggs, they have teeny tiny metal little pellets, little tiny metal bits. This maraca is made out of plastic and has plastic pellets on the inside. This maraca is fiberglass with wooden beads or kind of seed kind of things on the inside. And this kashishi has little tiny rocks on the inside and a woven basket for the shaker, but the bottom, remember, is a hard gourd. It's a piece of a gourd. It's kind of like a pumpkin. So the materials you use to make the shaker matter so much. Second creative choice, what you put on the inside. As you heard, all the shakers sound super different. Here's some good ideas of what to use for the outside of your shaker. Remember the plastic Easter egg if you still have some left over. Plastic water bottle. If you have a metal bottle, now I lost the cap for this one, so I'm thinking I'm actually going to make this into a musical instrument. So if you have maybe a dented up water bottle and you're like, oh, it's not good enough to use for water, don't throw it away! Crazy pants, make it into a musical instrument. Also, if you're a big kid and you're super responsible, yeah, I already know everything, Miss Susan, you could use a glass bottle. I wouldn't use it if you think, oh, I want to just be crazy pants today. Or if you have a little brother or sister that might get a hold of it and break it. But if you are by yourself and you can be really responsible, a glass bottle sounds amazing as a shaker too. Okay, so let's fill each one with a substance on the inside and then listen to how they sound. So what we're going to do for our little science experiment is we're actually going to, in a science experiment, you only going to have one thing that changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the same inside substance. We're going to use beads, plastic beads, but we're going to use a different outside vessel, okay? And then we'll get to listen to how they sound different. So when you've chosen your outside vessel, sometimes it helps if you have a little funnel. You could make one out of paper or use a cardboard tube and just squish it at the end, or just put the beans in one at a time. It's fine, it doesn't matter. But let's put them in the plastic one first. They already sound cool going in. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to put them in the metal one a little bit. That sounds cool already, huh? You can already tell it's going to sound good. And we all already know how good metal things sound because so many musical instruments are made out of metal. So that's a really good musical substance. And then what about the glass bottle? Already sounds good. Okay, now let's do our little experiment. I'm going to put the caps on, except I don't have the cap for that one, so I have to hold my hand over it, and I'll put the cap on that one. So here's the plastic one. So I tried to make 3 different sounds there. I tried to use the sides, and then I tried to use the top and bottom, almost more like a kashishi. Could you hear the difference? I knew you could. And here's the metal one. And I'm trying to play the same thing on all three because, again, you don't want to change more than one thing in a science experiment. And then here's the glass bottle. All right, which one did you think sounded better? Are you on team plastic bottle? Woo! You're on team metal bottle? Woo! And you're on team glass bottle? Woo! Okay. So this is how you're going to make it. Seems really simple, and it is really simple. Fill a bottle with stuff. You know what other things are good for the inside? Let's talk about that now. Is rice. Beans are okay, but beans actually are not that great. So maybe don't do beans unless you literally have nothing else. Beads, like little beads you make on a necklace or for your hair or whatever, are really perfect for making a shaker. You could use tiny rocks, like in here, but really like the kind you use in a fish tank, like an aquarium. You could also use, actually you could use sand. It would sound a little bit different, but it would actually be quite interesting, even though it would just be kind of quiet, but that would sound awesome also. I bet you're right now thinking of many more things that I didn't even think of that you could fill up on the inside. Most important thing is when you get done is take a piece of tape, any kind of tape you have, it could be fancy tape or boring tape, and wrap it around the cap. Seal it down really good. And then your little brother or your dog or your cousin or yourself, when you're feeling goofy, isn't going to go and take the cap off and be like, ha, I spilled everything everywhere. Ha, ha. You don't want that. So seal it off, plus it kind of looks cool, especially if you have fancy tape. And then you can play with it. And you're never going to worry about the stuff spilling out. Yay. Added bonus, if you have a plastic bottle or any kind of bottle that has the ridges on it, you kind of get two instruments in one, because you get a shaker and you also get a güiro. All right, have fun making your shaker and see you at music class with your own instrument.